Hey guys, it's Beth. I'll be using this gift bag from Dollar Tree as well as some of their plank hangers and tumbling blocks. I started by taking the bag and cutting off the front of it, holding that on the 2 plank boards put together. I marked off a spot that was a little bit bigger than the image. And then I used my square to get that line nice and straight. And I did that on both boards. And then took my box cutter and scored that line a bunch of times, and then it just breaks in half. Did that to both of them and sanded them real quick. And then took some wood glue, put it on the edge of one of the boards and put them together. I then took some jumbo craft sticks, hot glued those to the back of my board to give it some extra stability. Then I flipped it over, applied Mod Podge. I did a generous amount because it is a thicker piece. I covered just about the entire thing, placed on the image, and smoothed it out with my hands. And I just set it aside to dry. I did not want to use an iron or my heating tool because it is a plastic material and it would melt. I then took the tumbling tower blocks and glued them in rows. I did 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 8. Let those dry for at least half an hour before I worked with them. After I let them dry, I took Plaster chalk paint and painted all of those tumbling blocks. I covered them entirely and I did 2 coats. Next, I painted the back of my sign with the Plaster chalk paint as well. You don't have to do this part. I just like things to be completely finished, and I gave that 2 coats. When everything was dry, I took the tumbling blocks I glued together, and this is my frame. So the 6 blocks go on the sides, and the 8 sets go on the top and bottom. Next, I'm making a twine flower. So I take this red and white twine from Dollar Tree, wrap it around my hand, probably about 10 or 12 times, remove it from my hand, pinch it in the center, and use another piece of twine to tie a nice tight knot. And I made 2 of those. Once those are made, I open up the loops. I hot glue one on top of the other. They're going in the opposite direction. Fluff out the loops again. Then I take another piece of twine, tie a knot to start with, and then I just loop the twine around that knot into a flat circle. I don't cut the twine. I hot glue it to the center of my flower. Once it's hot glued, I then trim up that twine. And then I just hot glue it to a corner of my frame, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching.